If I was to say that I'm surprised here, I'd be a liar. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I bring you an update on the Arlington, Texas school shooting. I did a video about this a few days ago where I mentioned the 18-year-old student bringing his gun to school and shooting not one, not two, not three, but four people. I believe it was 2 students and 2 teachers. Now, thank God nobody has died as of yet. I believe his intended target was pretty bad off, clinging to life, but I've not heard any update, so I guess no news is good news. But as of right now, nobody has died. However, the person did shoot 4 people, and somehow they were able to get out of jail until their trial. They got out on bond. Not sure how that works. I think they got charged with aggravated assault. And the mother or somebody from the family, might have been his mom, aunt, or whatever, grandma, came out talking about, oh, he was getting bullied and that's probably why he did it. We need to look more into it. He could have committed suicide, all this and that. And all I heard was the world's tiniest violin. I'm like, lady, look, cry me a river. Your boy then shot 4 people. I'm not trying to hear no excuses. Yet and still, this whole bullying narrative was out there as an excuse, as a reason why this boy did what he did. However, the police chief came out, a black police chief, mind you, and poured cold water all on that excuse. Now, before I go any further, let's roll the clip. This would be from local news out there in Arlington and the Dallas-Fort Worth area. After we get done watching that, I'll come back. I'll talk about what was said there. Then I'll give you my 2 cents and my deep detail analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
This was not a bullying incident. And I just want to take that narrative out of the equation.
2 weeks after a Timberview High School student shot 15-year-old Zacchaeus Selby and teacher Calvin Pettit and grazed a teenage girl, Arlington Police Chief Al Jones gave an update on the investigation.
Mr. Simpkin is involved in high-risk activity. And that high-risk activity led to the disagreement within the community.
Chief Jones's statement was a total rebuke of statements made from the suspect, Timothy Simpkins' family. But he did not go into further detail about what type of high-risk behavior Simpkins was allegedly involved in. He would only say Simpkins and Selby had some sort of disagreement outside of school, and that bled into the classroom, leading to a fight and ultimately the shooting. Chief Jones also said he did not believe Simpkins intended to come into the school and shoot multiple students and teachers.
I don't think this incident was an actual school shooting or active shooter.
He also said the aggravated assault charges against Simpkins are appropriate.
We wanted to charge him with the most severe charge that we could.
The announcement came Thursday at a town hall meeting to address school safety at Mansfield ISD.
Some of our kids, yes, some of them were scared. Some of them, it was just another day.
The district's official safety protocol allows for 1 officer on elementary campuses and 2 on middle and high school campuses. But some parents said they've come to campus and haven't seen officers. There was some talk of installing metal detectors on campuses. Police say Simpkins was able to come to school with a gun in his backpack.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, again, I don't want to hear any more excuses. I'm not trying to hear, oh, he was being bullied, ABL, he was defending himself. How you defend yourself from being bullied by bringing the gun to school? How does that make sense? Okay, if you're being bullied, you're getting beat up or whatever, you got 2 choices. You can fight back or not. But don't bring your gun and shoot people, shooting teachers, your intended target, all that kind of stuff. You see, this is the kind of excuse making that allows guys like Timothy Simpkins, whatever his name is, to terrorize communities. It's the exact same excuse that the gangbangers, the violent criminals use to do whatever they want to do. Oh, my daddy ain't there. I'm in poverty. My mama ain't got no money. I got to do what I got to do. Okay, so you got to rob the next guy down the street dealing with the same thing you're dealing with. You got to take from him. You got to kill him because you got to have something. He is in the same boat that you are in, but you got to go kill him. Spare me the excuses. They didn't say what the quote unquote high risk activity was, or however they framed it. They didn't say what that was, but we can add 2 and 2 and get 4. All right. So if you have a beef with a person outside of school and you bring it to school and you try to solve it with a gun, what's going on? Gang activity, drug activity, something like that. The same old gang banging, criminal thug behavior that I was talking about. I don't want to hear this. Oh, well, his mama not there. Daddy died. He was going to a private school and shifted. That's excuses. Excuses. That's why you got the penitentiary full of black boys that same age, 15, 16, 17, 18. He lucky he ain't dead because he could have actually got killed that day. What if there was an officer right there who was armed while he pulled his gun out and got the shooting? He could have been dead that day. So really, he's blessed to be alive. And shame on that family, though. Shame on the family. I understand the mama and the grandmama, whoever that came out and was trying to defend him, because a lot of moms do that. I'm not saying I support that or I agree with it or that she should have done it, but I kind of get it a little bit. Was it correct to do? Absolutely not. But do I understand? A little bit. But then when it came to his family members, whether they be his siblings, cousins, friends, or whatever, smiling with him when he got out of jail, hugged up, posting pictures, heart emojis. They had like a little party for him. So let me get this straight. Your boy is probably involved in gang activity, running guns, drugs, 18 years old. He goes to school and shoots 4 people when y'all bond him out, which is what happened. He probably didn't have 7,500 or whatever it was to bond him out, 10%, 75,000, whatever the bond was. Y'all bonded him out, brought him home, and gave him a party. A party. So what are you incentivizing? When you say, oh, it's all right, son, you brought your gun to school and shot 4 people. One of them is clinging to life right now, but don't worry about that. We're going to give you a party, and we're going to take care of you that way. What you're saying to him is, whatever you do, we're going to support you. Whatever you do, we're making an excuse for you. We'll say that it's not your fault, although it obviously is. Okay? And as far as what the police chief said about this not really being a typical school shooting, some may kind of cringe on that, but I understand. You see, it wasn't even really about the other people that he shot. It wasn't like he went to school necessarily to shoot everybody, to just go on a rampage like how sometimes it happens. It wasn't even about that. It was about, okay, I'm going to shoot one person. Now, again, is there an excuse for that? No. I think that it matters when you're talking about the law, because you can't say that it was just like, I'm going to go shoot everybody, indiscriminate, multiple deaths possible. It wasn't even about that. It was about one person. So if you want to try to convict him and send him to the penitentiary, you got to charge him appropriately so you don't have the case get thrown out altogether because you want to go to the ultimate. Of course, somebody like that, 18 years old, an adult, brings a gun to school and starts shooting, you want him to go away forever. That's what you want. But you got to get him on what you can actually convict him on, so you don't have any kind of mishaps that go on to where he might beat the case and just come home. You don't want that to happen. You want him to go to jail for a long time for what he did. And he most certainly earned every day of his sentence. So nah, I have zero sympathy. Zero. I'm talking about none. Zero. Zilch. Nada. No sympathy whatsoever. This boy, man or whatever, Timothy Simpkins, is no different than your regular, average, everyday street thug. It's the exact same thing. I got to bring my gun because they did something to me in the street. They messed me over. They took my money. It's gang violence or whatever. I got to be big, bad, and tough. All right, well, you big, bad, and tough now. Go to the big, bad, tough penitentiary and make big rocks and little rocks. How about that? How about that? Your mama ain't going to be there to make excuses for you. When you do something, you got to handle it between you and another man, another 100 men in jail. Your mama ain't going to be there to help you. Your aunties and your little cousins, they will not be there to help you. So nah. And I feel like I'm kind of vindicated a little bit because most people with a brain understood what I was saying last time when I said there ain't no excuse. But you got some that ain't really quite there, kind of on the fence. Oh, man, I don't know, man. He was getting beat up. The black police chief said that's not going on. It wasn't about no bullying. It was about a beef between him and the person that he shot and the other 3 people just happened to be there and got shot, because that's what happens when you bring a gun to school. You might shoot other innocent people. You at a school with thousands of people just milling around and you trying to shoot one, others may get hit as a result. But thank God, as of right now, nobody has died. And that boy better pray that nobody dies, because if he does have that happen, then he won't come home ever again. It'll go from assault to now you didn't kill somebody. Now you're talking about a murder case. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about this whole situation? Did you know from the beginning that this whole bullying narrative was bogus? Like how I kind of suspected? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. How you feel about all the excuse making from some people? Do you think that it fosters the environment where these kind of tragedies happen? Whatever your thoughts are on that, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This video kind of triggered me a lot because I hate the excuse making. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. I don't care if you come from a so-called, broken home, come from poverty or whatever. That's no excuse to go out here and commit violence. Okay. You got to do whatever you can within the law to make a way for yourself. That's why when people do things that are kind of sketchy, but not illegal and not necessarily immoral, I don't really care nothing about it. Shout out to my man Omi in the Hellcat. Okay. He ain't do nothing illegal. Now, somebody may say, oh, that's unethical. To who? To who? We ain't talking about harming the person individually and nothing like that. We're talking about just really business, And if you want to sue me, go ahead. Let's handle it that way. You're talking about lawsuit type stuff, not bringing your gun to school and shooting people. There's no excuse for that. And I don't want to hear it ever, ever again. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.